Look at me go! Look at me go!
Sadie.
Oh my god! She flies!
Great. No! No!
Yeah!
Vader, you can suck a fat one. Take this grenade. I sucked
I
ass.
spent my whole time.
What's up, guys? It's Steve with Hap Gaming, and welcome back to another Hap Gaming stream. I don't know, just decided to play something today. Got a free weekend, so I figure I'll jump in and play some stuff. What do we got going on? Do we have a camera on? I think we have a camera somewhere. What is that? In the corner.
Good evening.
I do.
Jeremy Donaldson. Our main story is
That's weird that turned on. There you go.
starting.
Yeah, so, anyways. So this is a game that I found the other day. I guess it just came into early access or whatever. It's called Not for Broadcast. Oops.
Cannot
There.
believe
And you play as a,
Are you saying that advanced
what the hell would they call
cured
it?
death?
like the guy behind the scenes of like a news station.
We're still vassals,
And
slaves,
so you're like switching cameras and putting ads on and things like that for this news thing, and you gotta like make sure you capture the right stuff and things like that. So and like it takes place during a time in some country, like I guess imaginary country, whatever, where a new a government comes into play, where basically all of the rich people lose everything they have, and it's this whole like spreading the wealth out, so like a kind of a socialist style thing. I don't know. I'm not going to get into politics in this shit at all. I just found it to be a fun game.
Cannot believe
All right, so game name. What are we going to call this? Stream Hap.
Are you saying that advanced cured death?
Yeah, so I played through a little bit and then stopped playing it. But it reminds me a little bit of like Papers, Please. So I don't know. I enjoyed it. I think it was pretty fun. It's just not easy. It's not an easy game, but oh, also a little bit of like Five Nights at Freddy's with some of the stuff.
Hi, David. I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're going to have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry. It's not hard, and I'm going to stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already,
you read the
look
things?
forwards
How about I do
towards
this?
all those screens.
Let's put. Oh, I don't have a thing, huh? Okay, well, let's add one real quick. Whoop. I just don't need to see that part. So, okay, how about we do this? I'll be right back, and we'll turn that off in just a second. Okay, there. That'll work a little bit better. That way you guys can see the subtitles and stuff. Yeah. Make sure everything's going through so you guys can hear me. Audio, everything else, cameras off. All right, yeah. So it reminds me a little bit of like Five Nights at Freddy's. I think I already said that.
Right,
But
look up at the
so
top. That
like looking back and forth,
coloured
except
bar
I don't have to worry about
is your
getting eaten
audience. You wanna keep
by
the viewers going
monster
up.
animatronics, which I guess I should.
Underneath that, you've got the
Maybe I should play that
screens.
game
The
sometime.
one on the right is the broadcast screen.
Camera on, maybe
That's
do
what
that
the
with
viewers
Ricky
are
sitting
seeing
here
at
with me.
home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain. Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes
What
on
should
the
we play?
left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines
We
on the
definitely
right.
want
When you've done
My
that,
Salad
look
Weekly.
up to the front
I
again.
mean, I don't know why I wouldn't.
That's followed at 8 p.m. by award-winning documentary series
Come to Bumley. Yeah, that sounds like a good one.
which tonight looks at the history
And
of
let's go
the
with
New
Alan
York
James.
and its
Let's see.
importance during the
Alan
Great
James is
Black
coming
House
soon to a
Legends
medium-sized hall
not
near
one
you.
to miss. At 9 p.m., sit back and relax with multiple award-winning movie The Freedom.
When you get the signal, select screen 1 with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know seafood makes me go out in pustules.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody.
There's
How's your
Jeremy.
love?
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist. Going in 5, 4.
But now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Good evening. Our main stories tonight.
Okay,
Moving on
we're
up.
all good.
The election
Next
win
is
that
going to be the
exit
throw to the
suggests
news
pretty
titles
much.
on screen 2.
Hopeful or
There'll be a
hostile.
countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate
Sports
as
fans
popular
everywhere.
footballer Johnny Hansleaves wins Sports Personality of the Year.
This guy sounds super
And
familiar,
a
and I
spoonful of sugar.
don't know where he's from.
Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Bunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic.
Right, button
That's
2
all coming up on
in
tonight.
3,
National
2,
Life News.
1, now. Lovely, mate. Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
Shrinks down and vanishes. I don't know if anybody else finds this kind of stuff in there. I like these kinds of things. Like, there's another one I want to do. It's like a bouncer game where you gotta check people's IDs and shit. Similar to like Papers, Please. So, oh shit, I gotta watch that. So make
Here it
sure.
comes. Switch to screen 1, now. Lovely,
But
mate.
first, the votes are in, and it's a decisive win for Advance. The landslide.
Listen, mate, we often get a bit of interference around this time of night, so keep your eye on the machine on the bottom right. You can move that white dot up and down, avoiding the interference using the yellow knob or your scroll wheel.
Of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly.
Right, it's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
We'll be going live to Advance HQ to hear the co-leader's acceptance speech.
And 3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody. Jeremy, I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late.
Oh,
Thought I'd ask him about the election.
personally, I wouldn't try to confuse you with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you. I thought that was our little secret.
Salad Weekly over there.
Remember anything?
Every week you get a
I'm
new
deeply
salad
uncomfortable with your
ingredients.
burgeoning friendship. Yeah.
Select your collection week by week, and very soon.
Wicked. We've made it to the first outbreak. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence, because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things
So you
interesting.
get
A lot of
a
it's down to
grade
personal
depending on the.
taste, but
Broke it
here's
right into the
3
fucking
good
mic. Sorry.
rules of thumb. 1. Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for
Anyways,
too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're
Oh, you
the
get a
person
rating for
who's
every
talking,
like segment
try
and
and
stuff
throw
like
in
that.
the odd
You want to
reaction
get as
shot.
good as you can.
Pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Quiet in the studio.
Your crunchy cubes will
Thank you so
Hey,
much.
asshole, shut the fuck up.
10 seconds, everybody.
This exclusive offer is available for a limited time.
Counting in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from Shock Election winners Advance. But first
Get
off,
ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go to Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his name.
by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The Medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction. Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. What a wild ride this has been. I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
I don't know if I'd be very good at this job.
But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's
I can
counting?
hear my dog.
It's a role that saw you
Yes,
scoop
it's
2
a-
Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
I have a
So
door
sweet
open. It's
to
nice to
mention
outside.
it. But I really am not
back to
in
who's
it for the
talking.
awards, although
up.
those 3 little
I don't know his
statues do
name
take
now.
pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes.
This guy's full of
I
himself.
do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, difficult, isn't it? Very difficult.
Been on that show a bit long.
I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, don't worry, he won't do it again.
Sorry, I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week.
Right, they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a
I screwed
countdown on
up
the
pretty
screen,
bad with that
but I'll just
censor
let
for what I
Megan
was
cue
doing
you
with that.
in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a
Oh, sorry.
decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff.
Watch out for that interference, mate.
Doctor. I don't understand.
Oh, looks like Blunderclatch is losing it in the studio. I'd love to hear what he's saying, but don't switch to it now. You can go to the archive when the broadcast's done. We keep everything.
I don't know that. You think I don't know that?
No, Lance, we mustn't.
Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
This is stupid.
Did it for you, baby. All for you.
Dr. Hemlock.
We're gonna change the world, remember? Go on there, listen to me.
Dr. Hemlock.
You told me,
Dr. Hemlock.
but I didn't listen.
Doctor.
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
You need to see this.
No, it's all too late.
Look at this!
The virus. The sterility. This formula. This is the key.
Stop it all.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in.
If we should.
So stupid. 2, 1, click.
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you've probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen.
Yeah, I
here.
got real bad on that
When
one.
someone says a naughty
I
word, the
fucked up on
bleep
those
button
bleeps
lights
and
up, like
not
this.
switching when I
2
supposed to.
seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button or the space bar on your keyboard for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you got to do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now.
I don't
As you
actually
turn it
like it
up,
that high.
you'll hear the advert getting louder. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down.
Only 85 minutes from the coast, and with more than 2 areas of outstanding natural interest. Isn't it time your family...
Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number buttons on your keyboard, 1 to 4.
Personality running the country. Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance Headquarters, where the 2 leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast.
Go for it, Pat.
Get ready to bleep.
Well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do it.
They certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying southern bastard trick they had against us. But you, the people, you saw right through their shit.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints. Makes me coarser than a granny's fanny. Coarser than a
Memorably put. But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party is what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day 1 of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbook.
I don't know what shitting pants are. People have
not in
specific pants for shitting.
Before we came out here to address the nation, we
extra
used our
absorbent
executive
ones.
powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the tax office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know the sort of... Probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated community.
Tomorrow, we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide.
Is it public school
Earlier
snobs?
today, we revoked your passports. You want them back? You want to leave like you threatened before the election? That's fine. But first, you're going to pay up. You're going to pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into a team. To properly fund health and education. To raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions. But you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute ferret shite. So to you posh twats.
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs. The people whose children you raise.
So they've got time to get even fucking richer.
Advance have this to say to you.
It ends today.
We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of the people who created it.
It ends today.
Yes, it ends today. And tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again. Just like we promised we would.
Yep.
And until then, ladies and gents,
And for fairness, huh?
I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from and our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Mighty News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Dawson. Have a peaceful night. Have a peaceful...
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
Boring politics then.
Is this some weird fever dream? Am I dying now or something?
You should be so lucky. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Not coming for a drink?
No, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
But you ended up filleting Satan for the salty crumbs. It's happening here. It's happening now. And it's all...
That C brought me down pretty bad. Oh, I can edit. So I fucked up on C. Didn't edit well enough. Didn't edit well enough. I fucked up the sensor.
Alright, mate, I've left you a voicemail. I thought you'd end up here. Most people come into the archive room when they're done with the broadcast. That way you can see
I won't
what you
sit here
did and how it
and
looked
make
to
you
the
guys
public.
watch this
As you can
part.
see, there's 3 sections to the archive. Broadcasts, that's what you've put out. Rushes, which is all the stuff that was on all the screens. And adverts, which is any advert that you've chosen to show. So let's have a look at the broadcasts. Okay, on the left you can see all the broadcasts that you've done. You can also get to hear from the main menu if you don't actually want to do a broadcast, you just want to see some of your past work. Select any of those and click load tape. Why not watch what you just did? When you're done, hit back.
Well, in a few moments.
Okay. Like I said, I don't want to sit there.
Click on rushes and let's have a look at those. Okay, these 4 screens, they're exactly the same as the 4 screens that feature the studio signal when you're doing the actual news. Of course, the difference here is you can mute any screen you like or any combination
These aren't
of
my
screens,
cards.
and you can have a listen to what was going on behind the scenes. Just select any segment, that's any bit between ad breaks over on the left, and hit play. When you're done checking out the backstage secrets, hit back.
Okay. Continue. So yeah, you guys can. I guess I'll talk about that later. Anyways, yeah, there's also a little story going on. So you've got this whole thing. You arrive, you get post, one letter, however catches your eye. The team wants to know you. Curiosity gets the better of you and you open it. Your spouse, Alex, or no, your name is Alex, your spouse is Sam, children, Charles and Susie. So this is from the government. Trying to get all kinds of shit. Okay, upon starting a new job, you would friendly, introduce yourself to the employer, sure. Colleague, different department confided that you've been taken on. Okay, yeah, we're not going to cover up that violation. Recommend your colleague promotes it. The entire department is fired. Your boss has blah blah blah. Nah, I mean, they like to ensure you hit that first deadline, right? That's what they want you to do. Not what you're gonna do. That's what they want you to say. Barbecue. I am sorry, but I'm not going. I don't know if any of this music is copywritten. I've got a long, successful career, and I'm retired. Like to relax doing and witnesses and I don't like to do that. I like to do that. Encourage this with ideal, not you. Explore something familiar. Structured day. Romantic balance. That one. Somewhere up here, I guess. Government should make you feel free. Thank you for cooperation. Sign that shit. Send it out. Once again, not getting political whatsoever in this fucking thing. Yes, the game has politics behind it, but that's about it. So I guess Sam's sibling Chris comes to you. So I guess Sam. No need to worry. They're working the news. Bullshit. What exactly is it you need? He wants my passports. It's illegal. Fine, have bloody countries. By the way, you can't be serious. I'm not gonna give you anything. I'm joking, right? Always done right by you and Sam. Trying to make sure that you're around your family. Doing nothing to you. It's the law. I can't help you with this. Fine, I'll solve this myself. Chris spits. So much for family loyalty, eh? Grabbing the knife on fluorescent suitcase, Chris disappears in the night. You go back to the doing dishes, pick up Sam's cup again. Peeling face now seems to be warm. On your stomach tightens. That phone.
Alright, mate, it's Dave. Oh, Christ, it's noisy in here, Jesus. Right, hang on, let me just get out some flags, darling. Yeah, I'll take that one with me. Cheers. Right, that's better. Let's get set up and get on with it, eh, so I can get back to my guests. First of all, let's get the power on. Come on,
Get
mate,
the power
on your left,
on.
the plugs
Yeah,
and
I know.
stuff.
Shut up.
You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on. Right, let's load up the adverts.
I'm not a fan of it. I don't know what that does, but turn on. Adverts.
You know, load the tapes under the desk. Look down. You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have consequences, don't they?
So we're gonna play the advanced thing because I feel like that's what they want. Let's go get his teams. So we can do that. Is this toy safe? I don't feel like I'm gonna play that. I did it last time. I don't think this was a good tape. Play Alan James again, and elegant new scrim dream with quirky little twist. Okay. Hold on. My hands suck. I have a hard time getting tapes into the machine. There we go.
Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again, and the vision mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These 2 buttons at the bottom of the vision mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they're to help help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Provided you make a decision in that time, you're fine, and you can change your mind as much as you want until the clock reaches 0. But if you don't make any decision, you'll be fired before you even get to make another choice. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So like with the adverts, choose carefully. And we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll call you back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
Janet says there's
Finally tonight
Is this
at 10
Janet who
p.m.
thinks dogs
It's a
have
bit of
their own
escapism
secret language?
with Lawrence
Yeah, the one that
Bond-Clatch's
mistrusts the
acclaimed
moon.
action movie
10 seconds,
Bullet
everybody.
Man,
Not the
taking
best
us
source
up
of
to the
consumer
National Weather
advice, then.
Report and
Don't
close
blame me
down
when
at
it
a
explodes,
5:15
going in
midnight.
5,
But
4,
before all that,
3.
it's time to go over to Jeremy Donaldson for tonight's National Night
Good
News.
evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future may hold with a leading economist and radical freethinker. With the country's wealth creators in a state of panic and unfavourable rumblings already heard from overseas, I'll be asking my guess whether Advance can deliver on even a fraction of their manifesto promises. Out with the old, Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia Remington has always impressed. She was top of her class at university and graduated with the highest honours, immediately being asked back to lecture. The markets have responded favourably to Sophia's appointment, with stocks rising 30 points in light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snuggle. Sophia promises to be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety, making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Ward and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg have today set off to explore Dante's taint. The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. Many were surprised that the two scientists, who shared a fractious rivalry for many years, decided to undertake this expedition in each other's company. However, the two have released a joint statement in which they opine geniuses don't have to like each other to achieve remarkable results. Playing the field, rumours abound that sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very programme. And judging from the angle and velocity of that spray, it looks like Johnny may have been celebrating a little bit too much. I certainly wouldn't want to be his dry cleaner. And grievous bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective, with more and more people saying they're scared to walk the streets alone at night. Could this be exactly the right time for Advance's new approach? All that and mega more with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing. That's all coming up on tonight's National Night News. Government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I
Katie
don't.
Brightman,
No.
do you agree?
I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan.
It's all in my book. Alan James is right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd. Ignorant and sterile, for sure. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is
shamelessly self-promoting. Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable. And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen with democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier, and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same
Screwed that up.
people.
In my mind, I'm thinking bollocks is not that bad of a word. But maybe it is in
That's where you're
this.
wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research in the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals, they're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable.
They're
If
gonna start
Advance
yelling
lose their
about making
power after
frogs
spending
gay.
half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan. What does the future look like to you, Alan?
Bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
Of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back!
You know, I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How's it going, actually? Fuck it, I don't care, I hate the fucking news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune, though. All right, mate, see you later, bye!
Don't know what she meant by that.
While keeping us informed of all the ups and downs to help make things even better.
I bet you it was all because I fucked up that bollocks. I feel like I did a decent job in that one, but
has never been so rewarding. With the Go-Getters, you can be sure that your children will be well equipped to march towards progress.
Bullshit, you will. She's good. You know she is.
There's nothing better than moving forward.
10 seconds, everybody.
Advance
If that sticks, I'll just
5, 4,
Oh, shit.
3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front lines. Can you hear me, Gregory? Can you hear me?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem. We need more support from ministers. What are you doing? We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. Just hang on. No, the problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs.
Donaldson.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment
up, Erik?
to tell my husband I'm leaving?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I am sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife or cosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay.
Almost missed that.
We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon,
And to what do you attribute this
Fuck that up.
moral decay?
foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that... Oh, bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, your bloody gimps escaped. Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying...
This game is... Oh.
Are responsible
Why did that switch?
for the moral decay?
It's called Not for Broadcast. Basically, you play as like a broadcast dude, like a guy behind the scenes setting the cameras up. I've really fucked up this segment. And you gotta like censor when they cuss and switch to the right screen and stuff like that. And then you got these characters who do weird shit, like have their gimp fall out of the closet.
Hold on just a moment. Clive, I am not having this again. As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on the route. And finally tonight, hopefully uninterrupted, it's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison.
No, it was just whatever that guy was into. It was gimp shit.
Burglary and menacing assault. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony. Many happy returns.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that.
Is it
Can
my
you tell
dream
us what it's
job
like in prison, Tony?
because of the
Titwank
gimp
Tony.
shit or because of this thing?
Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but
Just because of what
it's
I'm
a constant
doing.
battle against institutionalization, as you can imagine. And obviously, titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank Tony. Yeah, sorry, my friends
keep
are throwing me a
saying
surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank Tony. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez. Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris, Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
Oh, there comes the stripper.
This one's, yeah.
1 sec, love. Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
Documentary instead. Yeah.
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this now?
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh. Not now, fellas, I'm on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal here, Tony.
Fucking way, Las Bolitas!
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes? Tony? Tony, I mean, we're literally away for 2 seconds. How has this happened, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought there. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to glean a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order. After the break, Megan will be live with some lucky young thespians.
Oh shit, I gotta get ready for the commercial.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back, everybody.
So I don't know, Eric, I don't know if you caught this guy, Alan James, before, but he's like a conspiracy theorist dude, like writing books, pushing his fucking shit, talking about how they're putting chemicals in the water to make you happy and stuff, so.
Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip, when the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go and throw up in a bit.
Welcome back. How could it be?
This is on you. 10 seconds, everybody. Gonna open on Megan. Camera 2. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolf, and on
said
tonight's
Welcome's
Culture Spot,
Black.
I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Switchford Sixth Form College, who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one. Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do it.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Oh, right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Guy's
Maths
name
is
is,
really important. Oh, thanks, Steve. Maths
Jeff
is
Algebra.
really important. Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history. Aristotle
I
believed.
just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences and they touch us right back.
I suppose with a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. Put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Yeah, I can
Her
bleep them out.
character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like...
Just hit that button there. See, I fucked up though, because I wasn't supposed to bleep it.
Maybe she's you at home, or like, maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important. Yeah, thanks, Steve. Put it in, coach. Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way. So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant?
2 days ago, a letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
Wow, how did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting.
Give me buttons to
from now
bleep
on.
you guys and stuff like that.
It's funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic mainly. But we used to watch
Paraplegic
that
mainly?
Peter Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, why not? Let's have a go with this whole democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So, let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around?
You guys gonna do this dumb shit?
Oh, hi Gary.
Oh heavens no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist!
You just make it sound like Jason saying the worst shit ever.
Great! I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning, but will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject.
Oh, I missed that
So
one.
important.
Maths is for losers. What? Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, Colin.
Just keep going for fuck's sake!
Right, maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist. Not today.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? My arm's free coat.
Brilliant, keep going.
Right,
Good
who
moron.
are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist, and you're just a sad little girl with two gay dads, who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my two new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team.
Yeah!
And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
But I can't fight all three of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
That's true.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me.
Or you could be me.
Whoop, I fucked that up. Hold on, there it is.
Life can be peachy keen if you work as a team.
It's my choice to be mean. So stop now, make a different choice.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap.
There you go.
Who says middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your cool lads. I'm a mother-loving rebel, but I still love maths.
This is like those people that like came and did those dumb presentations about not doing drugs in high school. I assume that's what they're going for also.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum for dinner, he had to wait. Where's my dinner?
It's not ready!
Where's my dinner, woman? Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong. Hitting women.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate.
Jerome Bates.
Life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 It's so damn hard on a
I feel like it's also something that like Dee and Charlie would put together that was just fucking horrible.
Yeah. Just work as a team.
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now.
Make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Friendship.
Well,
See,
thankfully
Jeremy
that's
doesn't
all we
have
time for tonight
any
on
shits to give about this crap.
Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it's
Yeah,
not
Ricky
so.
Cricket.
I have a similar belief about adequate heat checks.
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
I got a C on that. Man, I did shitty across the board. I didn't edit well enough and I missed a censor. Got some interference, didn't edit. Got some good censors. Didn't edit well enough.
I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Jeremy Donaldson. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Jeremy Donaldson. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
Fuck the horror.
Hello, mate. I see they've got the store back. That's great. I love fucking shopping. Sorry. Bit of a big night, to be honest. Anyway, over here, that's how much money you've got. You'll get more money the better the podcast you do. These tabs take you to the bits and pieces and sections of the store. You can fix stuff, you can upgrade stuff, or you can just buy really cool stuff to put around the studio. Right, mate, the final thing you gotta know, if you wanna buy something, you just click on it and go ka-ching. Nah, but there's no refunds. No refunds, so take care, make sensible decisions. Don't be like that.
Alright, so I think we'll probably stop it there because there's like another segment. Well, no, we'll go one more. Yeah, I think we can do one more. We do have a whole bunch of fucking screen shit to go through though. Chris was evicted for not paying rent. And pick up Chris's stuff from the thing. Line twice. So this is your fault now, is it? Silky, blah, blah. Not the same without Sam. Jump through yourself occasionally. Candy, blah, 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 whiskey. 14-year-old son interrupts. He wants to go to a friend's house. He looks at you. Anyway, Charlie can't pity him with someone to fight. You let him go as long as he promises to be home by 11. Tell Charlie no. Yeah, go on. Races out the door. Start a wig. Sound of TV static. It's gone midnight. There's no sign of Charlie or Sam. It's a school night, and he promised. So you go over there and march him home. Look at his ass. Don't let that kid fucking push you around. So there's like this whole backstory of like this government new party that comes through and is basically confiscating the money from all of the what is it called? All the wealthy, so like the 1% and stuff like that. And so that's kind of the backstory of what you're censoring and all that shit. If you guys want to read this stuff, you can read it. I'm just selecting stuff. Exactly, yep. There's a whole segment where the two party leaders are standing there giving their acceptance speech or their like victory speech, and one of them is fucking just drunk as fuck.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here, your boss. While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other two, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show, total pimp. My god, that was nasty.
Introducing advanced radical neutralization.
Oh, how's it going with Steve?
Why are all men such pricks?
George Screws sounds pretty good.
Apparently he has a complicated relationship with
But
his
check your prostate is there too. Let's do check your
Are you
prostate in
saying
the
he
first
chose his
one.
imaginary friend in the
George
sky
Screws in the
over you?
I don't know why I talked to you.
It probably is a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody.
Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Pricks.
Going in 5, 4,
Oh shit.
3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
Critics have been quick to dismiss the graffiti as a publicity stunt, or an act of frustration by a tiny, disorganized group of those who will never, under any circumstances, be content.
A house divided. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, embittered doctors Ingrid Forsborg and Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering two possible options to end the growing tensions.
Since splitting into two opposing camps on day 4 of the expedition, relationships between the factions and their leaders have only worsened.
Dr. Wong's team have successfully prototyped what they're calling shanks of deterrence, while Dr.
Shanks
Sporsborg and
of deterrence.
Horbensborg claims to have fashioned a deadly toxin for the tips of her group's spears. I certainly wouldn't want to knock over their test tubes, Jeremy.
LaBeouf avoided. As the last Mr. Snugglehogs is found and destroyed, we ask, how could we have been so blind?
Fortunately, this station wisely chose not to advertise Mr. Snugglehugs, and the subsequent disappointing sales turned out to be a miracle, as only 7 children were horribly injured by the lethal toy. How much worse could it have been? Thankfully, we'll never know.
Julia Salisbury, who mobilised numerous government resources to recall the product immediately after the first blindings, said today that the new advance mark, which must be earned by all new products, will be a 100% ironclad guarantee of safety and quality.
Fallen angel? Notorious addict Johnny Handsleeve seems to have reached a new low in his battle with booze, as this recent picture reveals.
Johnny's star certainly lacks its former glow these days, with public concern over his mental and physical health growing at an alarming rate.
Oh, he was talking.
Let's hope that the team at the Gentle Touches Rehabilitation Centre can help Johnny get back to his former glory. Johnny's family have asked for privacy during this difficult time. We'll have reporters at the clinic around the clock, so you don't miss it.
Yeah, it blows up though.
This is
the
one
problem with
celebrated
it.
role model about to become the bad boy of sport.
And onwards and upwards. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Remington's Fist CEO Sophia Remington today announced a brand new product that already has the markets buzzing with interest.
This groundbreaking product came as quite a shock when it was revealed earlier today, though its critics are sceptical that the young CEO can fulfill her promises.
Described as a breakthrough far ahead of its time, the male contraceptive pill is heralding a sexual revolution. Its fans are celebrating the fact that men can finally take equal responsibility for contraception, but others have expressed concerns over its safety and side effects.
With that exclusive Prime Ministerial interview coming up later.
And our very own Patrick Bannon live at the first annual Sports Board final.
You won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
Oh shit.
But first tonight, while Advance is certainly proving popular with the majority of the country, who've seen their wealth and standards of living increase considerably, for some, the transition has not been as pleasant.
That's right, Megan. The formerly aristocratic members of our society have had to make
Just
major
realized it's got
adjustments to
little
come to
lights at the
terms with the
bottom.
new regime.
Robin Short is in suburbia investigating rumours that these previously privileged people may be planning some kind of protest. Robin?
Thanks, Megan. I'm here in Moderate Hatchings to talk to Wentworth and Penelope Somerset Bentley, who were relocated to the house you see behind me after Advance passed the Assets and Wealth Act on their first day in office. Tell me, how are you settling into your new lives?
Well, quite frankly, Robin, we're not settling in at all. Our neighbours are whitewatters.
It's simply untenable. I hope you'll forgive my language, but it's as steaming as a Wednesday hatch basket with too much spatting.
Steady now, Penelope. Sorry, Robin, my sister's under a lot of pressure. She had to dress herself this morning and she still hasn't quite recovered, Robin.
Fuddly-doo! My goodness, that must have been quite a shock.
Why am
She
I-
really struggles with ribbons, Robin.
Why am
Well, at
I
least you've been
fucking
rehoused to a
censoring
nice big
Wobbledy-Doo?
Big house? This grubby little gaddis spatch only has one staircase.
And the breakfast room and the dining room are the same bloody
And why
place.
does this guy have a
Imagine
baby
that.
voice?
And everyone's grub in one room. One room, Robin.
So what would you say to the people that feel that your family has had it far too easy for far too long, and that these redistributions are both fair and just?
I hardly think we've had it easy for fuss's sake. Only one of our swimming pools was even heated.
Fuck that up.
But realistically, what can you do?
Well, you've asked the right bloody question, Robin.
Thank you, Wentworth. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason.
I think our toilet butler was from Swinstead. Dear George.
The toilet butler.
Daddy tried to shoot him in the buttocks and he ran off into the woods.
Oh, now I have to fucking censor buttocks?
That's probably my last happy memory, Robin.
Tragic, but what can you do?
We will rise and rebel. Yes. We wage war on our revolting rulers with righteous words and rebellious writings. Our best guess in our quest to redress is to divest our breasts and unaddressed bear just protest. Yes.
Oh,
Hey, what's going on, Petersburg Pins?
Daddy! Oh, please don't do that. We can't show this on the news.
Right, you buggers! Carry her! Tilly! Get the dog!
Tilly's our mummy. She's proper cracked off too.
Oh, well, at least you are showing some shame.
Free at last! Somerset Bentley, glad to meet you. See, the protest has started already. Nice sharp work, boy.
Thanks, Daddy.
He gets that from me, you know.
And forgive me, what are you trying to achieve here?
We just want to be fighting well heard, that's all.
Language, Penelope. We are nude, not rude.
Sorry, Daddy.
We want the world to realise we won't roll over and run away. We will revolt. We will rise again.
Yes, we bloody well will. Spaff and pip pop.
You should shoot the guy.
Daddy, how could you?
Shut up and get your
Well, Jeremy, Megan, as this embryonic protest movement takes one in the top legs, it's back here in the studio. I'm Robin Short, struggling surreptitiously in moderate hatchings.
Thanks, Robin. Well, that's certainly a story we want to be keeping an eye on, eh, Megan?
Speak for yourself there, Jeremy, but I've seen enough shaft work to last me a lifetime.
I'm sure you have. But can a naked protest movement ever really catch on? It doesn't seem like
This is called Not for Broadcast.
But as I'm sure you're aware, Jeremy, this country is becoming a very different place.
Yes, but seriously, who's going to run around naked in our weather?
Well, hopefully not you, Jeremy.
Yes, well, there wouldn't be enough canvas for the slogans.
When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back. Oh, sorry, I'm busting. Oh.
She's funny.
Yes, I know. And it's very endearing.
She wants your job.
She's welcome to it. Why is it raining on my desk?
Alex, Bozeman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news. Bozeman out.
Can't be showing fannies on the news.
This can cause trouble starting to feed, and it can cause laundry-based trouble between you and your shoe in the next one. So what can cause this big old prostate in your bum? Well, sorry, me and the doctors, we don't know. But I can tell you, as you get older, your body changes. And that's okay. If you're worried about your swollen bum sack, book an appointment for God's sake.
I think we should just keep it as it is.
Procedure, easy, quick.
What's that supposed to be? I didn't write it, Jeremy.
That's all right, fine. Jenny,
Find
there's
Tommy
no
Fingernail Harris.
10 seconds. I just felt
Reckon.
dripping and have they not fixed this?
Check them.
I want to see us fry. Good for the ratings.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm National Nightly News. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan, you join me live here for the final of the first annual Sports Board Championship. It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Eddie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12-month driving ban. Striker's known for her signature move, the Langley hamster. And facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending, is Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the Fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the refs now. The slapping ceremony is taking part.
I tell you, I just realized that that fingernail guy, the other guy, is the guy from that prostate commercial
Striker,
that I
of
just
course,
put on.
first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin. Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brains. Stupid. Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time. On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball. Not a bad shot there from Harris. Back to Striker for shot number 3. All right. She's gone to sort of throwing it under her legs. Not bad if you ask me. Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So really not a good start there for Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope that round 2 treats him a bit better. But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it was time to change ends. Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends. And of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense.
I know, it's fucking weird, right?
Striker giving it large. We're into round 2 now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streak on the pitch. Apologise to broadcast any of that stuff. She appears to have slogans across her breasts and arse. Try and ignore all of that. Security, I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible. They're trying to carry on play, but it's proving very difficult, and I'm struggling to follow. Because it's quite an eyesore, and women's body, yeah. All right, great. Okay, so back into round 2 now, and Harris absolutely determined to close that massive gap. Eddie Striker. Yeah, this is some of the tightest play I've seen ever.
Give me a fucking bad rating for that one.
Harris. And was that the fetid thumb screw? We haven't seen that since the heats. What a brilliant move. Back to Striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound. Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastering in this play here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris. But he is a late bloomer, of course, I've always said that. And after all, it is a game of 2 halves, 4 rounds and several subgenres. But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show.
It's like saying absolute fucking gibberish.
Must be some music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here. We can only apologise for that. We'll do our best to shield you from having to look directly at it. Is running around here with his genitals on display for all to see. And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dance mood there. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Security's on it. And the bucket has been knocked over. I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over. Hopefully he'll get taken out now. Genitals flying around for all to see. Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning television. And out of there, hopefully taken away, never to be seen again.
That's true, they are English, but I feel like it's way more gibberish than normal English.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I would like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these 2 players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't. Not bad. Well, that ball boy's giving me the eye all day. Striker there, not a great start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around. Back to Harris here. God, what I wouldn't give to be that ball. I'm all right, ladies. Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because, of course, if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket. Back to Striker. And Striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course, perhaps... And yes, Harris has counted with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course, we've seen that before. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. What a mug. That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame. Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 battles. Here we go. Tommy Harris. That's all right. Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact. Caution from the referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker. And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, like, I mean, this is a mess now. I don't know what I can be doing about this. I mean, it's sort of breasts and genitals for all to see. I mean, there's only so much I can do. They're sort of everywhere, aren't they? I'll try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters are hopefully getting taken off soon. We can carry on with the match. What's going on here? Yes.
We want our money.
Yes, very good. Take them away. Yes. Bloody wasters. Absolute wasters. Oh, jog on! It's an absolute bloody... Okay, and now we're going to go into the final round. And of course, as it's a Tuesday, the final round is a mime round. Who could believe it?
Everybody loves the mime round.
Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. He really could go anywhere at this point. Really high-level play here from 2 absolute juggernauts of the sport. The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hands.
What are you bitching about?
And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And now she's and she spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on, from Striker. But she's in it to win it. Bonnet, it's like a car bonnet. Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef. And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move. Not sure if he hasn't had his potassium or what's going on today with potassium. And he's throwing it, and the banana was the ball! What a fantastic move there from Harris. Unfortunately, that is the end. What a pathetic, there we go, Jeremy, that is over. How can he look his 80-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump. We just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official. In, please.
And the winner of the first annual Sports Board Championship is everyone!
Okay, the ref has decreed once again a win for everyone, including me as my 15th win in Sports Board Championship. I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Another wonderful victory for me. Here come the on-site security to collect their medals. They're 6th and 7th respectively. And thanks again for watching the Sports Board Championships. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to celebrating tonight. And all I always have to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon there had an extraordinary final.
Historic sports board, Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone shot me.
What?
Fucking microphone just shot me. Where's that sound guy?
Are you scared of a long, painful decline in your final?
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now, apparently.
You'll be fine. You're unshockable.
I'm immune to your cheap flattery.
I'm wearing you down.
Bluesman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance that this storm is causing the odd power surge. Some of your controls might be a bit dangerous. Now, I know you're tough and you can take the odd shock for the sake of a perfect news broadcast, but too many in quick succession can stop the old ticker. I'm sure you'll make the right decisions. Bluesman out.
So sorry about all these buckets. We seem to have sprung a leak. Well, several, actually.
Gonna need a whole new lining up there.
triple C machine, wouldn't it?
We'll look into it.
It's so good to see you again.
Miss Wolfe, your star seems to be in the ascendant.
It's a great time to be alive.
Too bloody right. Peter Clement.
Megan Wolfe.
My, but that's a firm handshake you've got there.
She's tougher than she looks.
Hey, thanks for the follow,
Here
Fishy
with
Olive,
Mr. Clement on your
and
left.
Ames
Right you
Ranger
are, Pat.
9766.
Is your seat down?
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's fine.
Have you had a little accident?
She's a cow.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia.
We don't
Oh,
titles. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
You know, whingers mostly.
People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum
So these
used
are
to
the
say,
two people that
there
are
are some
leading it, Eric.
facades who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always open.
So much trouble.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Meg.
Oh, okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean, really scares you?
It's death, Pet. She's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
Sorry, are you saying that Advance have cured death?
I just shocked myself again.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less painful and much less expensive. Look, which is me close-up camera,
Oh,
Pet.
sorry, it's wonderful right now.
When I was 13, my mum came and got me from school. We had to go to the hospital. My granddad, he'd collapsed that morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. When I went in to see him, he were all frail and pale. I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fiddle. And he said to me, Peter, he said, it's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope, 3 days later he were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half time.
That sounds...
Oh, it was awful. It were awful for us, and this is the point. It were awful for him. He could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away. And he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't. Or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to. The health service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
The transition centres will handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity when they
So they're opening death centers.
And that choice is important. This is a service only for people who choose it. People who feel they run their course. Don't want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline. To an
It's just giving me electric shock.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I think it's from my asshole.
We're still on the air, Peter.
Yes, sorry, my apologies. Oh.
Are you not worried that this new system might be open to abuse?
In what way?
Sorry, I've got sapped again. Can I get a little bit of help here? Please.
that the older generation might feel somewhat...
Jesus, I lost your face, fucker! That one was massive! Right, no, this bastard's full off!
Sorry, that the older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable. Oh, fuck my grandmother with a rusty twat by
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Go get yourself sorted out.
Oh, I missed that.
Right.
I fucked this one up pretty bad.
We're launching a government information film tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need to know.
You really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to believe you've yet
shit.
to be in office.
Oh, Megan. We're only getting started.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy being here.
Yes, that's all we have time for tonight. Thank yous go out to our guests. Congratulations to all the winners at the Sports Board Final. And we'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night.
Good job, everybody.
So they just...
It seems so.
I don't suppose there's any way this could be a good thing.
It's for my nephew, so I'll be transitioned the moment I start the leak.
Okay, yeah. Well, that works out. I finished the prologue there. Yeah, so you guys can get this game on Steam. I picked it up the other day. It just kind of looked like a cool game to me. If you like this kind of stuff, it's fun. They're talking about releasing at least 10 chapters. So that was 3 chapters I just did. And all you are is just like the switchboard guy, or I don't know what that would be called, the engineer guy for the TV station. You gotta like censor shit and switch cameras and all that stuff and get good ratings. So I guess since I'm finished with this part, I'll let the what's that called, the credits go. Man, I'm forgetting words like crazy right now. Turn that music down a little bit. Yeah, we can. Yeah, I enjoyed the shit out of it. I liked it, so had a lot of fun with it. I'm looking forward to seeing the next stories, like what's coming next after this, so I just imagine the later broadcasts being fucking ridiculous. Like really hard. But also just the ridiculousness that's gonna happen through or come through, so I'm waiting. I wonder if like we're gonna see like fucking, you know, military police people coming in and taking out Jeremy, because he doesn't look like he's very happy about what's going on.
Good evening. You know who we are. You've seen our symbols on your walls.
It's definitely
are
Alex
the
James.
resistance, and it's time you knew the truth.
Like 100% it's Alex James.
What do you mean I can't say that?
Advance is lying to you.
How can we help you if we don't know who you are?
More than all of this, he was my laughter, my confidant, my friend.
The elderly are not a burden.
So, Mum's made the decision to unburden us, and now we have the chance to start a family.
Membership card is an ID card, no matter what they tell you.
We are getting reports of,
Yeah.
oh God, millions of deaths across the continent.
Doesn't your family deserve a nutritious life?
Understand this. There is something wrong with the food.
No more!
I've had enough of this shit!
So yeah, that was the prologue for Not for Broadcast.
I'm Andy. Lame. I'm Jay. Really old. And I'm Alex. Unbelievable twat.
Thank you so much for playing our game in early access. It's only through your amazing support that we can tell the awesome.
Apparently, those guys are the main guys who made this game.
We really hope you have. Then please tell people about it. Or maybe leave us a review on our Steam page, or come and talk to us in the discussions. It really does help, and we do read everything obsessively sometimes.
Thank you so much again for playing, and we'll see you
in episode 2!
All right, guys, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Heroic Adventure Productions, twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure, mixer.com/Turketer, and twitch.tv/TurketerPlays. You can also go to youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions. Follow us on Twitter @HEP Gaming. Follow me on Twitter @Turketer. Follow Eric on Twitter @Quick and Severe, Kelly on Twitter @Sugar Snuggles, Jason on Twitter @Unbelievable1, and Ricky on Twitter @Furry Twitterballs. You can also email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, and Ricky @HEPgaming.com. Each one of those names individually @HEPgaming.com. What else? Down below, you guys can, in the description, you can see the donate button. Hit that donate button. It'd be awesome if you guys could help us out. Put a little bit of money. We can buy more games, play more games, do more of this kind of stuff. Also, you can buy me a taco or something. I don't know. Let's see. You can find all the stuff I'm saying in the description on youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions and twitch.tv/TurketerPlays. That's going to be it. Thanks for joining us. Join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific time as we watch the animated movie Aladdin on all those places I said earlier, YouTube and Twitch and Mixer. Thanks for watching, everybody. Talk to you guys tomorrow.